feels so good to be back. It's been months since I've been here doing lives on YouTube. I was definitely feeling that Mars retrograde, and I'm starting at 3:44. Blessed be. But yeah, that Mars retrograde, okay, was in my sign, Cancer, and I just felt like I needed to take a hiatus, and I'm just getting my energy back. Okay, so maybe you are too, Pisces. Mars is going direct in your fifth house. So I'm hearing activity. I'm even hearing working out, okay? Planting some new seeds. Some of you guys probably are going to be getting pregnant. Pregnant Pisces. But welcome. It's so good to be back and doing this reading for the Pisces new moon. Let's see what messages Spirit have for you guys for this new moon. This energy is going to last. It's actually timeless, okay? But new moons typically last for the 30 days, for that 30-day cycle until we have our next new moon, which will be in Aries. All right, so let's see what's next. What's coming up, rather. Spirit, what messages do you have for my Pisces? Therapy. Therapy. Okay. And grieving. Wow. So this is going to be interesting. I actually, when I saw that grieving, I heard the word depression. And Saturn, Neptune, North Node, they're all in Pisces right now. So for this cycle, yeah, I'm hearing Spirit is going to definitely be calling you Pisces into some deep therapy session. This doesn't have to be like traditional therapy. This can be, like working with a spiritual healer, some sort of shaman, somebody who can really just encourage some sort of some encouragement on your healing journey. Um, it's a space for growth, and understanding and transforming during this time. I feel like you guys are going to be going through a lot of changes for this cycle, especially with the Saturn in your sign. So, just trust in the process and the steps. All right, the steps towards that inner peace and being able to just renew yourselves. Okay, this is a new season for you. Time to release whatever is weighing heavy on your heart. Okay, wow, you got karmic birth right here beneath that. Yeah, there's been some grieving, but you know what? I feel like this energy is kind of like for the collective, okay? Not just Pisces, but pretty much all of us. Peace and love, everyone. Yeah, this is just for Pisces. Hey, Lulu. This is for Pisces. But yeah, this could be a collective reading too, okay? This is for the sign of Pisces, but we are having a new moon in Pisces, right? So there's been a lot of heaviness. I'm sensing and picking up on a heavy energy with this grieving card, and we have therapy here, okay? And I just feel like this is the time to, take time out if you need to. If you need to rest, if you need to talk to someone, if you need to do something and, to get out of the funk of grieving. Any type of nature, anything where you can uplift your energy, uplift your spirit. Because I feel like in your deepest grief and in the darkest days, this is just the time to remember that you aren't alone, even if you choose to be alone. And while you're at your breaking point, there's still going to be some hope, and there is help if you really want it. Okay, Pisces. So reach out. Reach out, and like I said, it doesn't have to be a traditional therapist, but I do feel like you have a team or a community or some people around you that can really assist you with some sort of tough times that you've been going through. Maybe you've been keeping it quiet and grieving to yourself, because I notice here on this therapy card, there's two people. And on this card, wow, look at that. It's a man, right? On here, he's by himself. And then on this one, he's talking to the therapist. So maybe there's a lot of like behind the scenes for the collective in general, where people are really dealing with and processing some really deep, heavy stuff right now. But all right, let's see, Pisces. What messages is going to come up here? Let it out. I'm hearing release it. Let it out. Uranus in your third. Release it. Let it out. Communicate. Talk. Oh, and the bottom card. Look at that. Three of Swords. That's definitely heartbreak and grief. King of Wands. Two of Swords. Wow. Okay, so this is giving a relationship. I feel that there is some relational energy here that is being processed. Yeah, a lot of fighting. Okay, a lot of internal conflict. If you're not fighting with somebody else, there is a lot of internal conflict taking place. With the Emperor, not the Emperor. Ooh, I said the Emperor. Maybe somebody is in like a kind of an Emperor energy that's around you. They're like trying to be dominant or forcing their energy, forcing some sort of power over you. False power, because you always got to be in control of your own power. But their power, some sort of dominating, ambitious, controlling force that's here. And maybe you're being forced to have to make a decision, or you're feeling really blocked on your own power. You don't really even know which way to go, how you want to express your own power here. And I feel like the challenge for those of you, this is multiple messages, but I feel like for some reason somebody is in a relationship here, or there could be somebody here who is really having to let go of like a lot of religious programming or ways of doing things traditional with that Saturn and Pisces here. And they're being told to trust their intuition. You're being told to listen to the messages that are within your heart, even if it hurts, okay? What is your heart saying? What messages are being delivered to your heart at this time? Because, wow, yeah, it's a lot of therapy, a lot of healing. You're in a healing state. And things may be a little cloudy. Judgment may be clouded because it's a very emotional time, or going to be a very emotional time for you. Let's pull some astrology, guys. But yeah, with the outcome being the Page of Cups, that's all about intuitive messages. I feel like somebody is going, or it's intuitive messages from like a spirit guide or some sort of ancestor, something that's coming from the heart, like an aha moment that's it feels good, after being in a moment of being stuck, not being able to really express your power or your authority, not really knowing which way you want to go. For some of you, this King of Wands is actually someone that you know, someone in your life, some fire sign, or somebody who's very fiery, very dominant, very domineering, very confident, I can say. But I feel like for those of you who resonate more so with this being you, you've been in a space where you don't really know how to express your power, or you don't really know how you should go about doing what's best for you, and it's been keeping you kind of stuck because you're trying to do the right thing when it comes to maybe tradition, But that is the very thing that's keeping you stuck. It's like with the Hierophant here, I feel like it could be a father energy here, or some sort of governmental institutional influence. And I feel like you just need to break free. Honestly, you need to break free. You need to not care about the status quo, or the traditional way, or like the Hierophant can deal with like the ways of tradition, or the ways of church, or religion, or maybe there's some sort of teacher that's kind of like over you, and you're kind of like, I need to do I need to stay on track according to what I've been learning, or how I've been guided, or how I've been taught, or what I've committed to, or, it's like conformity with the Hierophant. And I feel like it got you in a space of, which way should I go when it comes to this decision? Should I be my most authentic self, or should I stay going in the ways of what was, or what is, or should I listen to my heart? And so it's kind of like, I feel like you're being pulled in multiple directions, especially with this, yeah, 5 of Wands here, being pulled in multiple directions. But I'm feeling like you're being called to have to go on your own journey. And remember that God is within the heart. The nearest place you can find God is within the heart. And don't be afraid of being judged. I'm hearing that strongly. Don't be afraid of being judged, because I feel like that's the heaviness. I'm very familiar with this energy. Feeling like you want to continue to do something that you've been taught, or the traditional way, or something like that. And it's causing a lot of grief. It's causing a lot of sadness, because deep in your heart, and I would even say confusion, because deep in your heart, there's like a way that you're supposed to be doing something, a particular path that you're supposed to be going, but it's like the challenge here is showing up as the Hierophant. So for this to be the challenge, this lets me know that there's some sort of traditional way, and it got you feeling like, I don't know what to do. I don't know which way I should go. I want to stand in my power. I want to express my own authority, my own leadership, but I'm not really sure. And then you go from the 2, and then you got the 3. The 2 of Swords to the 3 of Swords, right? And so when I look at this as your outcome, Page of Cups is like, you know what? Let's take on this new beginning. It's trust our power, trust our intuition. For some of you guys, you are meant to be the therapist. You are supposed to do work into, tapping into metaphysics, or teaching, or healing, or some sort of artistic path of some sort when it comes to the Pisces energy. Yeah, you're supposed to be getting into that on your own. Pages can be, to me, I look at Pages as also like a new beginning, but he's still maybe a little young, or maybe inexperienced, but it's okay, because this is what you're supposed to be doing. You don't have to keep going on with the ways of what was. Okay? Let's see. Let's see what the dice is talking about. Yeah, it's like the collective. I feel like this is also a collective message. We are shedding a lot of subconscious programming that we learned from like the government, that we picked up on from religion, and we're really learning to trust our hearts right now. Again, the Hierophant is the challenge of this reading. And so it got a lot of people feeling like, damn, I know my inner power, I know my authority, but I don't really know if I should do this. Am I going to be judged? And you're feeling like, yeah, your heart wants to go in many different directions, but I feel like you got to trust your intuition. That is what this is all about. Okay, this new moon in Pisces, are you going to go in the way of your intuition? Are you going to be able to listen to your true heart? Because your heart, listening to it, nobody else can listen to your heart. Think about that. Nobody else can hear it. Nobody else hear its messages but you. And so when you follow that, that is what authenticity is. Leo is the heart, right? And we just had Mars. Mars just went direct in your 5th house, Pisces, which is the heart, right? So we got Mars. Leo is the heart, or 5th house is the heart, and the 11th house is authenticity. So if you're not listening to your own heart, and you're still trying to go with the ways of the programming, the system, the government, the church, I don't know, this could be a teacher, some mentor you've been dealing with, whatever. Conformity in general, okay? No. It's really time to trust that inner child energy right now and go in that direction. All right. Let's see what we got here with the dice. Wow, look at that. The sun, Leo, in 1st house. Wasn't I saying the inner child in the heart? Trust your heart, because that is you being authentic. That is you being true to you. Okay, as long as you're not harming anybody else or anybody's property, there is no crime. Okay, there is nothing done wrong here. So children could be involved here as well. Pardon me, a call came through. Can you guys still hear me? Oh no, I'm hoping to shut my sound out. But yeah, we got Sun and Leo in the 1st house. That's Mars in the 5th, or Sun and Leo in the 1st. Same energy. No sound. Okay, it came back. Yeah, trust that inner child. Didn't I say that? This is the inner child. What does the heart want? Let's just say there was no karma, no religion, no laws, no government. What would you be doing right now? How would you be expressing your most wildest free self? Because it's kind of like you're split between what other people think, what other people want. What do you want? What do you think? Regardless of those, situations in your life right now. And look, all this internal conflict is causing, or maybe you're actually fighting with people outside of yourself. I don't know, but it's gonna be different for everybody. But this is really about trusting the depths, the trueness of what's in our hearts. I feel this. Let me give y'all a little quick story real quick. For the Hierophant, for the Hierophant to be the challenge right now, this makes so much sense, because I was trying to heavily depend on the legal system, for a legal system, I should say, right? The legal system. And I was, Lulu, I was like really hoping that I can get this particular contract canceled, right? And the judge was telling me, no, there's really nothing I'm thinking that this judge, I know this judge, right? I'm thinking he would be able to help me. I was thinking this judge was going to be able to help me, right? And he was telling me like, nah, you're not going to be able to get out of that other contract because you already agreed to it and blah, blah, blah. And, because you agreed to it before this particular time frame, there's really not much I can help you with regarding that. And I'm like, oh my God. And you know what? My best friend, who's a Pisces, told me, I do not think you should ask him. You don't need to ask him. You don't need to go through them. I feel like God within, like just spirit, source, the universe is going to move mountains for you. I think you need to just trust in God and just surrender right now. I don't think you need to go to them, right? And I'm just like, no, I need to see. Sometimes you need to see for yourself, right? I'm like, nah, I need to just try to talk to them because, time is ticking, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he told me no, that he couldn't help me. 2 days later, y'all. 2 days later, the contract was canceled due to mysterious, unfortunate events. And that let me know in that moment that God, the true law, I should say, the true law, the true authority is spirit. It's not these legal systems. It's not this justice system. It's not what we think has been traditionally the authorities, these institutions or these legal systems. We think that that's the authority, but it's really your power and your connection to the source. The source knew what it is that I wanted, and it made it happen for me. I didn't need no motherfucking justice system, okay? I didn't need none of this fake governmental shit, okay? Because the real government is the spiritual government. Saturn and Pisces right now, okay? That's the true government. That's the true authority and your connection to it. And baby, I tell you, it was a miracle. It was a miracle, okay? So, yes, trust your heart. Trust your heart. And it was it had a lot to do with my children, too. So, this Leo in the first house with the sun, it makes sense. But I feel like for many of you, it is going to be about your inner child, too. So, what does your inner child want? Do you want to start, it's, for example, I get a feeling that some of you guys want to start doing art, expressing some art, or something very creative, very artistic, but you're like, I don't know if it's going to make me money. That's not because, art traditionally doesn't pay the bills, or this particular field or industry traditionally doesn't pay the bills, but it's within your heart to do. Your spirit is telling you to do it. Do it. Okay? Trust me that source is going to make a way for you. Listen, pay attention to the signs and the symbols that are being handed to you by your spirit guides. I feel like somebody got a spirit guide around them, or this could even be a child spirit guide around them, that's guiding them, watching over them, helping them to lead, helping them to get to the next step or the next, milestone. So, all this grieving here, because you're confused, you feel like you want to go this way, but you don't want to upset the tradition, but in your heart you want to go that way. Do what's in your heart, because if you don't do what's in your heart is going to keep talking. These threes is all about communication. Okay, this sorrow, this heartbreak, you're going to keep feeling it until you listen. All right, Pisces and collective, I'm going to end this here, but it was great building with y'all. Peace and love. I'm going to be doing Aquarius next.